When I was 21 years old, I got a call that changed my life. It was my doctor informing me that I had tested positive for the BRCA2 genetic mutation, a mutation that put my chances of breast cancer at 84%.
Kayleigh McEnany is a name that calls to mind fierce political debate, staunch conservatism, and a tenure as one of the most controversial White House press secretaries in recent memory. As a fixture on Fox News and a vocal supporter of President Donald Trump, McEnany has been a divisive figure in media. While there is much known about her political career, her personal life is often shrouded in carefully curated public appearances. What lies beneath the surface? A family steeped in conservative activism.
We're sorry that you've had to endure years of bad dates and wasted time with people that don't see the world our way, the right way.
Kayleigh McEnany's conservative stance isn't just a political position, it's a deeply ingrained family tradition. Her sister, Ryann McEnany, has followed in her footsteps in right-wing activism, recently making headlines for launching The Right Stuff, a dating app explicitly catering to conservative singles. Unlike mainstream dating platforms, which allow for a variety of gender identities and ideological perspectives, The Right Stuff brands itself as a space for those who embrace quote-unquote traditional values. Users can only identify as ladies or gentlemen, a move meant to align with the app's rejection of what its creators see as the encroachment of so-called woke culture in modern dating. Ryann McEnany has been at the forefront of promoting the app, leveraging her background in social media strategy developed during her work on Donald Trump's 2020 re-election campaign to connect with potential users. She's taken an active approach, personally messaging conservative women on other social media platforms to encourage them to join. The app, which is backed by billionaire investor Peter Thiel and co-founded by former Trump White House staffers John McEntee and Daniel Huff, is marketed as a way to ensure that conservative people can find like-minded partners without fear of political clashes. The McEnany's involvement in conservative media and activism extends beyond the realm of politics and into everyday culture. Kayleigh's own rise in Republican circles was driven not just by her role as press secretary, but also by her presence on Fox News and her ability to communicate right-wing values to a broad audience. Ryann's venture into The Right Stuff is an extension of that same philosophy, the belief that political ideology should shape all aspects of life. While Kayleigh McEnany's professional life keeps her firmly in the political arena, her personal life revolves around her marriage to former Major League Baseball pitcher Sean Gilmartin. The couple wed in 2017 and have since maintained a relationship that reflects their shared values of faith, family, and conservatism. Gilmartin, who had stints with teams like the New York Mets and the Baltimore Orioles, eventually transitioned away from his career as a pro athlete to fully support his wife's endeavors. Unlike many high-profile couples in Washington, McEnany and Gilmartin do not project an image of political ambition within their marriage. Instead, they present a more traditional, family-oriented dynamic, with McEnany often crediting her husband for providing the stability that allows her to navigate the challenges of being in the public eye. She has spoken about how their shared faith serves as the foundation of their marriage, with prayer and Christian values guiding their decisions as a family. Gilmartin himself has largely stayed out of the political fray, unlike many spouses of high-profile conservatives. But his presence at McEnany's side during key moments, such as her time as White House press secretary, suggests a deep commitment to her career and values. Their relationship stands in stark contrast to many modern political marriages, which are often characterized by dual career ambitions. The health battle that defined her.
I'm a BRCA2. I carry a BRCA2 mutation, so I was someone who was regularly screened for breast cancer until I got my mastectomy. And when I went to my cancer hospital for screening, I didn't see as many people in the halls, and that is quite frightening because the consequence of that is this. According to the IQVIA Institute for Human Data Science, a total of 80,000 plus diagnoses of 5 common cancers in the United States are projected to be missed or delayed during the 3-month period of early March to early June, which is why this president has always said, go to your doctor, do your screenings.
Kayleigh McEnany is often seen as poised and unshaken on television, but behind the scenes, she's faced personal struggles that tested her resilience. One of the most defining moments was in 2018 when she underwent a preventative double mastectomy after testing positive for the BRCA2 genetic mutation. This mutation significantly increases the risk of developing breast cancer, a disease that had already impacted her family. Her mother had undergone the same procedure, and rather than waiting for a potential diagnosis, McEnany took a proactive approach. The decision was not made lightly. She shared details about the emotional turmoil she felt in the days leading up to the surgery, describing moments of reflection as she prepared for a major change to her body. Even seemingly mundane details, like taking her last pre-surgery shower, became deeply significant as she braced herself for the reality of losing her natural breasts. But true to her public persona, she framed her experience as one of strength rather than hardship. She spoke about how her faith in Jesus helped her through the process, using her story as a message of hope for other women facing similar health battles. She took an active role in her recovery, even attending a Tampa Bay Lightning game just days after surgery, determined to maintain a sense of normalcy. What made her story particularly notable was how she integrated it into her broader conservative narrative. Rather than focusing on vulnerability, she emphasized resilience, faith, and the importance of taking control of one's health. Faith as a cornerstone of public and private life.
Yeah, I think, look, prayer made a difference in this election, and that's not to say, I think God not to say that he puts a certain political party in a certain place at a time, but I do believe certain people are meant to be in positions at a certain moment, and I do believe that President Trump is the person meant for this moment, and I think prayer made a lot of difference in the election. I'll never forget Laura Trump. I asked her, I was interviewing people for my book, and I said, what made the difference in the election? Without missing a beat, she said prayer.
As we've touched on, Kayleigh's faith is not just a personal conviction, it's a defining feature of her public persona. Through her career, she's positioned herself as an outspoken Christian, frequently referencing her belief in Jesus Christ as a guiding force in both her personal decisions and political ideology. Whether she's discussing her time as White House press secretary, her health battles, or her views on modern culture, her faith is a recurring theme in how she frames her experiences. Her religious convictions have been particularly evident in the way she's navigated personal hardships. During her preventative double mastectomy, she credited prayer and scripture with providing her the strength to move forward without fear. She often refers to a verse from Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me," as a mantra that carried her through that challenging time. Even in moments of uncertainty, she's maintained that her faith provides her with confidence, a belief that she carries into her role as a conservative media personality. Beyond personal trials, her faith also influences the way she approaches her career. She's been vocal about the role of Christianity in shaping American values, frequently arguing that the country's moral compass should be rooted in biblical principles. This perspective is one she shares with her Fox News audience, reinforcing a message that appeals to conservative Christians who feel their beliefs are under attack in modern society. Her religious rhetoric extends beyond words. She actively participates in events that align with her faith, such as speaking engagements at Christian conferences and appearances at conservative women's summits, where she often emphasizes the importance of faith in leadership. Balancing career and motherhood.
Second pregnancy, it wasn't coming so easily. It had been several months, a little bit of a struggle. I mean, the months would tick by, the pregnancy test, and I just got worried and nervous. It started to weigh on me that it wasn't happening for me.
Beyond her career and public persona, Kayleigh has embraced the role of motherhood, an aspect of her life that she shares with her audience while keeping certain details private. She and Sean Gilmartin welcomed their first child, Blake, in 2019, and in December 2022, they announced the birth of their son, Nash. McEnany shared the news on social media, posting pictures of her newborn alongside his big sister, emphasizing the blessings of family life. She's used her role as a mother to reinforce her political message. She has spoken about wanting to raise her children in a country that aligns with her values, often citing her belief that, quote, President Trump's America is the best environment for them to grow up in. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about Kayleigh McEnany's private life? Let us know in the comments section below.